Oh, why, hello, everybody.
It's you.
It's you. It's all of you.
I wasn't expecting this.
Come here often.
Welcome
Oh,
to
yes,
the D&D,
maybe I do.
or the Oddities D&D. Hey, it's been a while. Oh, my goodness.
No intro and you're lost.
I know. It threw me completely off my game. I hit the button. I was like, for a moment, I was like, oh, God. Well, no, I was supposed to do that. So yeah, no fancy intro tonight because this is a part 2 of a 2-part thing. So didn't want to confuse anybody who's going to be watching the VODs later. Anyway, enough of that shenanigan. Let's introduce everybody. How about that? Let's go around starting with Nagheim.
Zanzan, and I play Nagheim, the Drow Wizard.
I don't know what I expected. Across from them, Viria. That I expected.
I'm sorry. And I realized my mic did not pick half of that up, which is fine.
That's beautiful.
And I play Viria, the Hexblade Warlock.
Hey, down from there, we got Cult.
Oh, that's me. I'm cold.
Oh,
That's what happens when you don't have Featherfall bubblegum.
Oh no.
Rip.
Rose, what do you got for us?
Hey, sup? I'm Fred, your acid back princess of the darkness, and I play Rose.
That's a fucking intro, yo.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I guess you were not here around 2009, baby.
Why have you recently watched that video? Oh my god. Yeah,
You're welcome.
I need to watch that later.
And so, yeah, those are the intros. So with that out of the way, who is doing the recap from last week or 2 weeks ago?
I believe we're gonna start with Fred.
Okay.
For her
Okay,
part.
hi. My name is Fred, and my character Rose last week went on an adventure. She met her best friend Odor, and turns out we also met Odor's best friend, who's an owlbear. And then we saved the owlbear, and then Rose got a new flesh shield. It was awesome. We got to do some emotional damage to the flesh shield. Anyway, rescue mission completed. Everyone was happy except the flesh shield. And yeah, that's what you missed last week.
Or saw if you were there.
True enough, yeah.
I mean, yeah, whatever camp you're on. Back to you, Chuck. Ooh.
Oh, last week I went to the Feywild to go see Mummy and Daddy, and they had this beautiful home. And Mummy was making dinner, and I went to go find Daddy, who was out hunting a giant, and I helped him kill it, and it was really good, a really good father-son moment. And then everyone kept telling me I stunk, so I went to this really beautiful hot springs inside a cave, and I met the girl that Twitter pates my heart, and we had a long discussion, and then a longer not discussion, and then we went to go have dinner with my parents, and that's where I've been.
Nice. All right. Anything else before we move on?
Help.
No? Help.
I second that.
Well then, I will say with that, Viria,
What's up?
the days you've spent in the Cultivaries estate have tested your resolve to keep yourself busy and entertained. The first few days were the worst, The constant itch of needing to release any tension or frustrations through your usual means are left unsatisfied. Nell, who is currently not at the estate, is off fighting a war on an entirely different continent. Rose, ever since you've all returned from Drinna, has been in the kitchen almost every waking hour, trying to perfect a recipe of some sort that she received from Odor. Asking her for a sparring session is usually met with a freshly powdered face gritting their teeth at you and exclaiming, "Not till it's perfect!" Nagheim is keeping themselves busy in their room, committed to their studies and wishing not to be disturbed. And after a few failed attempts at reconning the family gravesite in hopes that a ghost or, fingers crossed, a ghost mouse would appear, you've decided that you need to bring in the professional. You know that Cult is busy trying to organize his family's affairs in working order, and that means that Auntie Orloff is constantly at his side and probably won't have time to share any of her sage wisdom. But still, you casually walk by the doorways of the offices that they are all seated in, and as gracefully as you can, you try to peek in, hoping that someone would acknowledge you and see what time their meeting would finish. Your opportunity finally arrives while you are laying on top of a gravesite in the warm setting sun one afternoon. You had considered that it's possible that there are hauntings in the daytime as well as the nighttime, and that maybe you've just been trying at the wrong time of day.
Makes sense.
Can I ask what the fuck you're doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm looking at some idiots standing on top of a gravestone.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for ghosts. So,
In the daytime?
yeah.
Shit, I never thought of that.
Ghosts on Channel or something?
You always hear about the witching hour, so you kind of put two and together and you stick with what works, but well, I guess you're not far off.
Well, I haven't seen a ghost at night, so I figured I'd try day.
Oh shit, you're just looking in the wrong places. Come with me, come on.
At the gravesite.
I like that. So, as you walk with Auntie Orloff over the grounds, she takes you to the rear of the estate. She points over. Have you seen that before?
What? The rear of the estate?
No, the hedge maze down the way.
No.
Oh, come with me. We'll take a little gander.
Alright.
So, as you two enter the hedge maze for the first time, you've seen it before, of course, when you were at the Harvest Close Ball, and you've kind of noticed it, but you haven't ventured into it just yet. But as she's kind of taking you through, going right and left, trying to make sense of like the whole direction of the thing, she starts telling you a nice little story. Music is a bit loud. Hang on a tick. There we go. We'll try that. Or the sound effects. Jesus, make up your fucking mind.
Everything.
All right, well, tell me if it's good now. All right. So, as you two are traveling along together through the hedge maze, there was a tale a while back of two young lovers. They were to become engaged the night of a winter's crest many years ago. Now, the groom-to-be told the young bride-to-be that he had a surprise for her. But to find this surprise, she would have to find her way to the very center of the hedge maze on the estate grounds. Hours prior to her attempting to solve the riddle of the hedge maze, he had left a wooden box containing the engagement ring he had made for them on a bench in the center of this very hedge maze. The young girl dashed away before the groom-to-be could even finish speaking, knowing full well what would be waiting for her as the so-called prize. An hour passed. As the party waited nervously for the bride-to-be to reappear, a diamond engagement ring on her finger, nothing. Hours then passed. Surely she had found it by now, they thought, as the midnight hour was approaching, with still no sign of the bride-to-be. Many of the party members entered the hedge maze to find her. Needless to say, She was never found. People have said that in the time between the groom placing the box on the bench and the time that his bride-to-be entered the maze, some mischievous children were already lurking within the hedge maze, finding a wonderful box with a beautiful ring inside. They believed it to be a gift from the fairies, and they kept the ring for themselves. People believe that the bride that would not be refused to give up the search until she found her prize. Some people who have traversed this very hedge maze since that time swear they have crossed paths with a wraith-like girl, searching for something she will never find.
Sounds stupid. You just bought another one.
Shit, I tried to scare you. You're cold as ice, you know that? That's pretty impressive.
Well, I don't know. I've seen some shit. Okay. And are you saying you've heard this ghost?
Yes, I've heard this ghost. Jesus.
Okay. What?
Trying to impress you with some stories. You got nothing?
I'm sorry, I'm a bit, distracted.
Why, what's up?
Shit. As I've mentioned.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about this shit.
I won't bother you with that. It's fine.
Good, it's not like I fucking asked or anything. Jesus.
And I have the attitude.
So she leads you back outside. You guys don't quite make it to the center there because, well, Auntie Orloff, she gets a little turned around in her age, and you with direction, it's a winning combination, I tell you. But as you head back towards the estate, you see Martin is leaving the back of the estate, heading towards your general direction. Forgive me, Miss Viria. We received correspondence earlier today addressed to your group, the Oddities. Master Cultivarius is not here at the moment. Your friend Nagheim wished to be left to their own devices. Your friend Rose is acting rather feral in the kitchen, and, well, ma'am, that just leaves you.
It's fine, I'll read it.
Thank you. He hands you the letter. Looking at it, the front just has the name The Oddities written on it in a fine calligraphy, but the back is stamped with a dark blue wax and the familiar seal of the Cobalt Reserve.
All right. Thank you. Martin, was it?
Yes, ma'am. What do you do?
I will take this letter and probably bid Auntie Orloff farewell so I can go and read it, but in private.
Okay. Where are you heading to?
I guess whatever room's been assigned to me. Or the graveyard. The graveyard.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ghost watch some more.
Okay. You do you. All right. So you hunker down between two of the taller gravestones there that you've kind of had your eye on for a little bit. If you had your choice to be buried within a place, you'd probably want one of these two. So you kind of have a kinship to gravestones as you do.
Sure.
You big weirdo. Okay. But you hunker down and you open the letter. It reads, "It has come to my attention that the Oddities are potentially stationed in Singorn for the foreseeable future. I would ask whomever is receiving this letter to request that Viria Ardrena return to Westrun at her earliest convenience, as there are topics of discussion worth having. Initialed CS."
Oh boy. She says just that. Just, oh boy. I really don't have anything better to do. Voice in the sky.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. It's a joke.
Okay.
Okay, well, through the earring, I'm just putting it out there. Probably I have business to attend to in Western Cobalt Reserve ship. Just putting it out there in case someone wants to come to Western.
I'm really busy cooking this turkey, but
Yeah, I figured.
have
Why?
fun.
Turkey.
If you're back later, there'll be turkey for you. Gonna be yummy.
Sure. And I assume no reply from Nagheim.
I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Studying.
I'm busy.
We're stud dying.
Definitely stud dying.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll ask Martin if I can use the teleportation circle.
Okay. Back in the estate, once you've done reading the letter, you head back in and you see Auntie Orloff is talking to Morton, so easy enough to find him. But as you mention using the teleportation circle and going to Western, Auntie Orloff does tell you that she'll let one of the family friends know that when you want to come back from there, you'll be able to use their teleportation circle. So bim bam, that way you're not traveling for days on the road.
All right.
Coolio. All right. Who did that?
I did.
Hey.
It did pick it up.
Yeah. Point of inspiration.
Woo!
All right. So with that, you step on the teleportation circle once more and skadoosh. You arrive in the middle of the open square, where so many of your recent adventures with the Oddities seems to bring you back to. The Margrave's estate and the halls of justice just beyond it, for some reason makes you almost reflexively flip the bird in its general direction. Curious. Heading towards the Cobalt Reserve, you feel an almost imperceptible grin arise as you look over to the open common area, where not too long ago, you discovered the power to make Nagheim's spellbook vanish. Once again, climbing the steps to enter the Great Library, as always, behind the desk stands the brass dragonborn Xenosh, who greets you courteously. Good afternoon, Miss Veria.
Hi. Yeah, got your letter.
Oh, what letter? Aha, may I see it, please? Thank you. And he looks it over for a bit. I see. If you would be so kind as to wait in the left hallway there, make sure Master Asari comes find you when he's available. Do you need anything? Are you parched?
No, I'm good, thank you.
All right. Now, from there. Jesus, that was a quick change. I should have planned that better. Anyway, rip. There we go. There's one. And kill that music. Go to the next music. Hey, there we go. So peaceful.
You're doing good, Daddy.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus. All right. See, you call me daddy and I lose my place.
I love you, Jason.
All right. You stand near the far altar in this room, as you have on more than one occasion now. Leaning against the banister that keeps people at a distance from the shrines and candles beyond, you look back towards the entranceway, and for the first time, contemplate this section of the library. You've passed by the many books that are within this section, but you've never taken the time to contemplate what is actually written in any of them. If you want while you wait, I could get you to make an investigation check.
Sure, why not? I'll roll with the dice Xander got me.
Big it a bit, boo! You know, just because it's a special dice roll with advantage.
Wow! Which I can do with one die because there's two dice inside. Anyway. Okay. This is on brand. That's a 5 with advantage.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
A 5, you say? Okay.
Any romance novels?
Oh, that's a different section. Oh, fucking, are you shitting me? Okay. No. You rolled a 5. Fuck that. Jesus, I rolled this. Okay, well. All right. That was fine. Out of a possible 8, I rolled 8 twice. So you get this. You find one book bound in black leather that is a 7-pointed star along its spine. Opening the book and flipping to the middle, where from your experience is where the juicy stuff really begins to pop up. You read the following. Moradin used the core anvil to craft the prime trammels used in the rites of prime banishment. Ayun battled Tharizdun into her central temple, resulting in her near destruction and causing her temple to sink beneath the earth in her sorrow. Palor prevailed in a spectacularly violent battle with the Mad God. Palor chased and banished Tharizdun there beneath Gat's shadow. It is said that 6 sets of divine shackles hold the chained oblivion at the bottom of the abyss, their power anchored somewhere in Exandria. The locations of each shackle are closely guarded secrets within the highest clergy of the Dawnfather and the Knowing Mistress. While the spire of Gat Shadow is a dark reminder of this bleak moment in history. To counter this, within the newly established city of Whitestone grows a radiant testament to the power of the Dawnfather and the Knowing Mistress.
This isn't a romance novel.
I didn't say you were in the right section for that.
I know.
Do you continue reading? Or do you go on to a different book?
Sure, no, I'll continue. Why not? This is about, I guess, calamity.
Am I interrupting your reading?
Yes.
I will wait.
Fine, I was just killing time anyway.
May we sit?
Sure. I know you like that a lot.
I am sensing an attitude. And I didn't pick that up.
You might want to get closer
Said-
to your mic.
A little.
He moves you over back to your usual spot, has a couple of chairs brought out for you. There's a set of coffee and tea, whatever you would prefer. He starts mixing his own drink.
I'll have coffee.
Milk, sugar?
Sugar, please.
Passes it over to you. Courteously raises a cup.
The last time we spoke, you had mentioned to me a group of individuals, this cult of Dionysus.
Yeah.
Have you had any further dealings with them?
Yep. There's something you want to know specifically? Because there's a lot.
Inform me of what you know. It may inform what I'm about to speak of next.
Alright, well, we found their encampment in the Riffinmist jungle, met one of the founders, Pandora, I believe. She told us about something called the Voice of Dionysus, which apparently gave their members some kind of guidance as to what to do, purpose, yada yada. Turns out, this Voice of Dionysus was, actually a fucking monstrosity that nearly killed everyone and managed to kill a few people, a few cultists. Said they'd, love to keep on feeding on our subconscious and then fucked off. And that's pretty much it, really. Kind of like the abridged version, but
This creature you speak of, what did it look like?
well, at first like a woman, but then like red goo. Dissolves people. Can create copies of people as well. That was quite disturbing.
And this monstrosity, it is still at large.
I believe so.
Interesting. Was this cult of Dionysus aware of this creature?
Nope. Not that I know of. Pandora seemed quite surprised, and she seemed to be the one in charge, so... Other than the voice, obviously.
I see. The reason why I have summoned you here today, there is an exceptionally large group of these followers of Dionysus that have stationed themselves just outside of Westrun. Since you have had close dealings with this cult, I would ask that you investigate to make sure there is nothing dangerous at foot.
Why just me, though?
Because you were the one who brought this to my attention in the first place. And
Yes, but the whole group was involved.
shall I continue? There is also the land that they rest upon. This land is said to be at unrest, forgive me. It once belonged to ancient druids who used it for their remains upon passing. The land is called Shadebarrow. You know of this land?
Nope.
It was since bought by power-hungry lords with little regard for its history. Their titles and names are all forgotten now, but their actions have stirred the spirits in this region. Now, whatever these followers of Dionysus' intentions are, they would be wise to do so elsewhere. I would ask that you, now having further experience with this group, go to this camp, see with your own eyes, and judge whether or not this is something worth our attention, but also inform this group that their safety is not guaranteed while they remain there.
Why? Sorry, as you've said, you've mentioned, my attitude. Why?
Which has not changed dramatically since we've started speaking.
Yeah. Why would I care about this?
Because of your payment.
My payment.
This staring contest can go on a long time, Jason.
Yeah.
He's literally waiting for you to get going.
What
This is the rest of
payment?
the game.
One way to find out.
Oh, don't get up. Make him awkward.
Yeah, she stares a bit longer.
That's fine. This is role playing, guys.
No, I should.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gripping,
this is
gripping
this is
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're really not gonna give me a hint. You know, you just want me to do this and then, I don't know, gold? What, for gold? Okay, whatever. Fine. I've got nothing better to do anyway, so.
All right. So, you head off. Do you know where Shade Barrow is?
No, I do.
Right. So, wouldn't be a bad idea to just ask someone where it is. Xenosh is up at the front if you want.
Yeah, I'll ask whoever, whichever staff member I see first. So if Xenosh is there, I'll go up to him.
Okay. So he will tell you if you look. Let's bring up the map here for a quick sec for you guys. Boop.
Roseland. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. You guys see that? Or I guess I can
Yes.
see it.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So if you
I
go
didn't
to...
realize-
Oh, that's okay. If you go to Western, just to the east is Shade Barrow. You see that little marker there? So if you leave now, you'd probably get there close to nighttime. Sound good?
I'll
Alright.
just, yeah.
Okay.
I'm used to roughing it up in the wild.
You. All right.
I don't know why I did that. Well, Tally's not anywhere around here. So.
Oh, well, she can't go with you. All right. So, you set out from the Cobalt Reserve, heading towards Shade Barrow.
This man, Kiaransari, seems to have wisdom beyond his years, does he not?
Oh, now you're speaking to me.
And he has informed you that this group resides to the east. Then tell me, why are we heading west?
You tell me. And I'll turn around and start heading in the opposite direction.
As you finally travel back the distance you have already traveled and head out through the eastern gate of Western, you begin your trek heading through the open grasslands towards Shade Barrow. Saphira's voice rumbles in your mind and seems to reverberate through your bones. To accentuate this, the weather seemingly betrays you as dark clouds overhead flash with the occasional bolt of lightning from an oncoming storm.
She flinches at every bolt of lightning she sees.
Fair enough. And for anyone who's watching the actual Twitch stream, you may see some lightning flashes.
One went through me.
Why are you afraid?
You'd like to know.
That is what I asked.
That was sarcasm.
Holy shit, if I ask a question, can you please, like, I don't know what's going on today, but can we just, like, you know, get on board with this a little bit?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. So.
Many times I have tried to speak, with you, Viria Ardrena, and you shun me like a dog, like some petulant beast.
Isn't that what you want?
I am the one who will grant you vengeance. You would do well to show some respect!
Speaking of which, what's in it for you, hmm? You get your freedom, but then what?
What does that matter to you?
Well, 'cause, you know, I'm the one doing this for you, so...
And you are being gifted power beyond your reckoning to have your vengeance.
Here's the deal. If I tell you I am afraid of lightning, will you tell me?
I will consider it. But I have many questions.
Well, consider it then. When you're ready to talk, we'll talk.
I am speaking.
Okay, we'll answer the question then.
What is your question?
What do you want out of all of this?
My freedom.
Yes, and just your freedom.
Does there need to be more?
Well, is there?
Nothing that would concern you.
All right. Well, until you're ready to disclose that, then I'll answer your questions. But until then, haven't given me much of a reason to like or trust you so far, so...
Folk. They seem like a kind individual. Agnar. Somewhat weaker from what your memory can say of them. Am I mistaken?
Villains.
Valerian Thorndyke. There it is again. That fear. Why do you fear him?
He's a murderer, for one.
That's not all I see. You're not ready. I can see that. Do you know why I am called the Betrayer?
Soon because you betrayed someone.
Quite astute. Shall I go on?
If you want to, if you're volunteering the information, then sure, why not?
Perhaps in time.
And she's gonna wait on that until someone's a bit more talkative.
Look who's talking! Hmm?
gremlin.
After... What's that?
I said with an attitude.
After a few hours' journey, in the distance, you can see a few tents that have been erected in a small circle. The hour is getting somewhat later, but there's still enough daylight to see any movement within the camp from this distance. Make a perception check. Eight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I do have more than one. Okay, sure, I'll use it. That's a nat 20.
Hey! There we go.
Plus 1, 21.
Right on. So, from this distance, you note two things. You don't see anyone moving around the tents. And there doesn't seem to be any movement in the open spaces that would show the central ring of where the camp is. But what stands out the most to you is that the weather has turned quite chilly tonight, and yet there is no smoke rising from any fires within the camp. What do you do?
I'm instantly on guard, so I'll, Shazam, whoosh, swoosh, push my sword into existence.
It's been a while since I've heard that. Oh, I love it.
It's been a while.
Uh-huh. All right. So I will get you to make a stealth check.
Okay.
Remember what I have taught you.
It's a 19, so I do.
Hey, right on. Okay. Slowly, you come up to the outer perimeter of the camp, trying to find a middle ground between being stealthy and seeming non-threatening. But all that is tossed aside when you see the first body laying on the ground. You immediately recognize the beige-colored wardrobe. All within the interior of this campsite are the bodies of the followers of Dionysus. What would you like to do?
Are these, do I recognize anyone from that one time we encountered a group while on the road to Stillben? Is this the same group?
For that, I would say probably an investigation check.
Okay.
Because there are probably more than 100 bodies here.
2.
Do you have
Fred's got her hug.
inspiration? Sorry, do you have inspiration?
I do.
Yeah. You can use it if you want.
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
You never know.
Well, because it's so dark and there is no light, it's kind of hard to discern anything, really.
And I cast the light cantrip on my... No, I'm kidding.
You can.
I mean, if it'll help.
Well, one way to find out.
Yeah, so light on my pendant.
Okay. So using your light source now, you can go around and investigate one more time.
Yep, I'll do that. 5.
5.
Suck at this.
Again, you've got your inspiration, but if you want to hold on to that, that's fine.
I'm holding on to it.
Okay. Nothing that you can piece together, just a bunch of dead bodies right now.
That's concerning. Well, I guess that solves the problem in a way.
Okay.
I'll still kind of investigate a bit because I figure Mr. Sari would want to know what happened, so.
Okay. Well, after your first 2 failed investigations there, you can do one of 2 things. This is a campsite. There are still tents there. You got here just in time for night to fall. If you want to walk through the night back to Western, you can. Or you can stay the night, wait out the storm, and maybe daylight will help you see something that you can't in the night. Options are yours.
Well, would I have brought my own tent?
I mean, anytime you travel, intending to be on the road.
Yeah, because I would camp out and wait out the storm, as you said, but I wouldn't use like one of their tents.
Okay.
I'd set up my stuff a bit further away because I assume the bodies also kind of smell.
Make a perception check.
That's cocked. 13.
No.
So they're fresh then. So whatever killed them is probably still here. And whatever killed about 100 people is probably dangerous, so maybe I'm better walking back to Western through the night, even though I really don't want to do that.
You don't have to necessarily camp within this camp. You could go a ways away, but...
Yeah, that was the initial plan, so I'll do that.
Okay. All right. So I'll say probably an hour later, you get everything settled in, have enough to kind of like feed your stomach so you're not growly in the tumbly overnight. And yeah, you're going to bed down for about 8 hours. Anything you want to do before then?
I don't have anything to set up. I'll just rough it, I guess.
Okay. Well,
Maybe if I can like set up maybe like, because I have rope, I can set up some kind of alarm.
sure. I'll let you do that. Make a survival check.
18. Sorry, I have a +1.
That was a 7 to 18. That was woo.
No, I was gonna say 17. That's
Oh.
why, but then I realized I had a +1 to survival, so 18.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, you got a trap set up around there, so anything comes by, it'll let you know.
Yeah, I like set up like I have a python and a hammer and rope.
Hey,
So
you make
and a
the
tinder
craziest.
box.
Yeah, you make the craziest Rambo
I'm the
kind
Guyver,
of.
the
Yeah,
craziest fucking shit
Mhm.
ever. Okay.
so proud. All right.
That's a good night.
Well, with that, the next day comes. No thunderstorm to be had, thankfully.
Thank fuck.
Now, do you head back to the camp, or do you head back to Western?
I'll head back to the camp and take another look now that it's daytime.
Okay. All right. So make one more investigation check.
7. Okay, I'll use my inspiration before you ask. Fine.
I'm just trying to help you out, yo.
I know. 11.
11. All right. So, there are close to 100 or so bodies lying on the ground. Softly calling out to anyone who might still be alive confirms that no one is. As you inspect one after another, you find a few common elements to each of them. Each has suffered stab wounds in the torso, most directly in their heart. Each of them has a small, similar dagger. Let's try that again. Has a similar dagger of simple make that is either still with their corpse or near their body. Standing up, you realize the position of all these bodies make a circle. Most gruesome scenes such as this have bodies strewn about everywhere, but this looks as if everybody was collected into this central space when they died. And the last thing you discover, which is the most startling of all, is that there are no traces of blood.
A Midsommar type of shit. I'll take note of all of this. Probably some kind of ritual killing. And at that point, you know, if there's nothing else I can do, I'll just start heading back to Western.
Hey! Don't you get any bright ideas, bitch? We found them first. We get the spoils.
Nobody did any stealth checks going into this thing.
Nope.
He's a real stickler for that.
I'm not a rogue, so...
You look around and you see about 6 individuals starting to make their way into the camp.
You want me to do it?
What do you do?
Making my way. I'll turn around and I'll go, don't you know it's bad luck stealing from the dead? There's a cold pumpkin.
You ain't dead.
No,
And you
I'm
look
not.
like you got some valuable things on you as well.
A few.
I'd suggest you just hand over your belongings to us. No reason to add one more to the pile, is there?
Want to try and take them?
Do you see what I see?
There's a lot of things I see. What can you be a bit more specific, please?
Practice. Roll initiative.
Oh, I see. Okay. This is panic time. Cool. Why is this? Okay. Sorry, there's lag. That's a 10 on initiative.
10?
Let's turn that off. Okay.
Oh, this is a fun map.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
goody.
so charming. I knew it was gonna be fun.
Okay. So, you can see the map okay?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. One is going to run there. The other there. And then these folks are going to stand back. This guy's maybe going to come right about there. Yeah. That looks good. Okay. So 6 incoming hits.
Oh. Cool.
So,
Goodness.
doop-de-boop-boop-boo. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
3 points of damage. And natural 1, so that doesn't hit.
Nope.
So 4 more to go. I'm assuming that doesn't hit. Nope. No. Oh, Jesus, you're getting
Damn,
lucky.
what's going on?
They're stormtroopers. 1, 20. That hits?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, 9 points of piercing damage. It's on to you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to... Let's see. Just gonna check my things real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to... sorry, I just said that. So, I'm going to, use my bonus action to infuse my sword with, cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
using my Gift of the Chromatic Dragon feature. So, like, cold will just start running down her arm onto her sword, and it'll cover with frost. And then she'll swing her sword in a circular motion, and I'll cast Sword Burst.
Okay. What does that do?
Display. So, a circle of spectral blades sweep around me, and any creature within 5 feet of me must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 force damage.
Dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
Okay.
So a sword tornado.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's an 8, so that probably fails.
Fails.
9 fails.
Fails.
And they take how much damage? I'm sorry?
2d6, so 7 force damage.
Okay. Boom. And boom. Brilliant. Anything else? That was just your bonus attack, wasn't it?
No, that was my action.
Oh, that was your
So,
action? Okay.
Yeah. And my bonus action was infusing my sword with...
Right.
cold. But since this is a cantrip, that won't... I don't get the bonus on that.
Cool. All right. Are you staying put or are you moving?
I'm staying put.
Okay. All right. So... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, shit. He's just out of range. Okay. Well, this guy is going to move here, I guess. They'll circle up a bit. And they're going to do the same kind of round as last time.
Okay.
Does 16 hit?
Yes, it
Okay.
passes.
8 points of bludgeoning. And 3 points of bludgeoning.
So 11...
9 probably doesn't hit.
Nope.
14, no?
Nope.
2 more to go. 6 and 10. Wow! Long range sucks for these dudes, man.
Rip.
Yeah. On to
They
you.
dropped out of thug school.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Well, I'm going to... can I catch all of them in this? Probably not.
If you move, you
Like-
might be able to.
I know. Because what she's gonna do is that she's going to vanish
Ooh.
in a puff of mist as a bonus action
Okay.
and come up somewhere around like here.
Okay.
Then, you know, like probably under her patron's influence or whatever, she's gonna open her mouth and breathe out a cone of cold. All these
Ooh.
fools.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. And show me where you're going to move to. Oh, wait, I can't.
want to catch as many of them as possible in this. It's a 60-foot cone. Like, probably like here.
Sure. Move yourself there.
Oh, now I can.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't
Don't worry.
realize it was off. It's a 60-foot cone, you say. So from you, it'll get those guys. And show me how far this is.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you'll get everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
Would I?
maybe not this guy. Yeah, he'd
Well, if
probably be
one's-
the only
if
one.
one's outside of it,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
As many as I can get
For
in
sure.
one go.
Let's see it. I want to see this damage, man.
Well, they have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okie doke.
I'll still roll for damage.
Mhm.
Take half if they succeed.
Constitution. So here's number 1 out of 5. That probably fails.
It's a 17 for the DC.
Okay, so 22 succeeds. 17, that succeeds. 13. Oh, that's you. Jesus!
Yeah, that's the damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, Well, 2 succeed. 39, huh?
Yeah,
Ari,
so-
do you
And it's
double
half
that?
of that,
'Cause
right?
That's a nat 20.
No, that's
just-
it's the damage. So
Oh.
it's green because I rolled a 10 on an 8. I mean on there.
Yeah, their damage thing is very confusing to me.
Yeah.
I'll shut up.
No, that's
okay.
fine. All right, so
Yeah.
2.
So whoever succeeds takes half of
So say
39,
1, 2, 3.
and whoever doesn't, then they take the full.
So 3 of the guys just turn to like carbonite, and they're there. You said it's half damage for the ones who did succeed. Is that correct?
Yeah. Who did succeed, they take half. So
Okay.
I believe 2 people succeeded. Yeah. They only take
He
half.
did.
So 19.
And 19. Okay. Well, that sucks for them.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So yeah,
all right.
after she's done, she just kind of inhales and she's like, "Where the fuck did that come from?"
And it is their turn. Seeing that all of his friends have now taken a fuck ton of damage, this guy is going to... Yeah, he's just gonna run away. He thinks that's the better idea.
I thought you wanted to take my valuables. What's going on?
And these two, who have like that kind of Harvey Dent Two-Face thing where half is like frostbitten and the other side is like in searing awful pain, they are going to try and finish the job because, well, they're dedicated to their work apparently. So 2 hits coming your way. That one misses. Good lord, they are so cold that they can't even like. It's like. Your turn.
She'll kind of just... Oh, yeah. She'll raise her left arm and extend her claws. She'll go, "You sure you want to do this?"
They want to respond, but half their face is frozen, like at a dentist's office, so they can't. It's like, so,
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll hold an action. If they attack me, I'll attack back with my greatsword.
Okay. And the first attack is an 11 because they're awesome. So what you doing?
I'll attack back then.
Go for it.
Yeah, cool. Where's my shit? Okay, here it is. 13. Does that just hit?
Their armor class is 11.
Oh!
These guys, I tell you.
They dropped out of a cheap thug school.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, well, that's 11 on the slashing damage and a d4 for my cold damage since I have that. Or cold damage.
So 15 altogether?
Yep.
Okay, that dude is toast.
Okay,
And
and I get an extra attack.
go for it. Oh, wait, before you do, that guy takes his attack on you. Oh, just you wait. Ha, thank fucking Christ. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
So he does 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Hiya.
Okay. And I'll take my attack.
Oh, she's on the ropes. Watch out.
Uh-huh. 26 to hit. That's 15 slashing damage and 2 cold damage, 17 total.
How do you want to do this?
So, well, the first one goes into hit, she parries, and she jumps up and brings her sword down. And while her back's turned, the second one lands a hit on her. And she'll just take the guy that's dead, yeet him at the one who just attacked her, and while he's stumbling, she'll just rush forward and drive her sword through him.
Nice. I can't do any better than that. There you go.
And yeah, wherever her sword hits, there's kind of like the flesh is kind of like frostbitten since it's radiating cold.
Yes.
Can you radiate cold?
You can now.
Anyway, I guess so.
All right. Well, there you go. Well done. So, hey, look at that. Before you head out, is there anything else you want to look at, want to do?
I really like karma, so I'm gonna go through the bandits' bodies.
Sure. You score about 50 gold in assorted jewelry, coins, and gems.
Well, if Sari's rewards payment or whatever is disappointing, at least I get this. They deserve it because they were gonna.
Oh, I'm not defending these guys, yeah.
She's talking to herself, okay?
She'll
More
talk to
people
herself,
do
but
that,
not to her
yeah.
patron.
Exactly. Cool. So 50 gold total. And well, if there's nothing else for me to observe or do, I'll start heading back to Western.
Okay. Now, I don't know why it's lightning again. We're going to change that up because that's done. Boop. There we go. That's more like it. All right. So finally, after waiting days and days to get some sort of tension out, you finally got to unleash some of the fury, some of the built-up frustration out on these seemingly fantastical, awful shots that these guys were. What would you like to do?
Well, kind of morbid to say this, but that felt good. Not good. Just, yeah, less boring, I guess. I'm gonna head back to Western.
Okay. All right.
And I'm guessing Saphira is not saying anything.
She tried to, but someone isn't in the talking mood apparently, so that skipped.
She? Oh, okay. I see.
I'm talking about you.
Oh.
So you
No,
head back
I
to
asked
Western.
if she... okay, never mind.
So you head back to Western. And back in the Cobalt Soul. You arrive there just before night finally takes over this side of TAL'DOREI. You arrive back at the Cobalt Reserve. Upon entering the chambers to your left to await Kiaran Sari, you see the two chairs have been pulled aside to one of the four tables, where a tray of freshly made coffee with sugar is already waiting for you. Before too long...
He wins points.
Sorry?
He wins some points.
Hey.
Yes.
Before too long, Kiran makes his entrance, bows to you, takes the seat across from you.
I am happy to see you have returned in one piece.
Thank you. I'm afraid I don't have the best news, however.
Speak.
Yeah, well, I got to the cultists' campsite, and they unfortunately were all dead. And so yeah, I was able to look around a bit. They were all stabbed in the heart. They all had some kind of weird dagger. Well, not weird dagger, just simple daggers. I don't know why I called it weird. And the bodies were all arranged in a circle. But that's pretty much the only weird stuff I could gather from that. No sign, well, yeah, no sign of anything else except bandits. So you might find a few extra bodies if you investigate.
These bandits, they were responsible for the killings.
I don't think they were, no.
Interesting.
Even if the cultists couldn't defend themselves, there were like 100 of them, so I doubt they would have gone down to a few bandits like that, because I was able to take care of most of them, except one who ran.
You say the bodies were found in a circle,
Yes.
all similar stab wounds,
Mm-hmm.
all similar daggers.
Yes.
Was there blood?
No. Sorry, kind of forgot to mention that. That is also weird. Don't get me wrong.
I believe you stumbled across some sort of sacrifice. This was not accident.
No. Well, you mentioned some spirits wandering these ancient grounds. Is that something those spirits
That is
might
something to
have
consider.
done to them?
Possible possession. It is uncommon, but not unheard of. There is much to consider. But I asked a favor of you, and you succeeded. I appreciate that. As payment for your services, I can now tell you that we have located through interested parties another map similar to those you have discovered. I hope you will forgive me for spreading word throughout the Cobalt Soul informants. Black markets can be very secretive when it comes to such items. And I must confess, I may have still had some hesitation about trusting you with this information.
You know what? Fair. I don't trust you either, but
I will inform my contact to retain this map until such a time that you and your party may be able to retrieve it. Simply pay me a visit when you are ready. Is something humorous?
I don't know, a fly distracting me on the wall there. No, sorry. What you're saying is very important. And I appreciate you making the effort.
Well, as I said, simply pay me a visit when you are ready. I must warn you, I know you are accustomed to colder climates in your homeland, but be prepared. The sun in Marquette can be very unforgiving.
Ugh, we're gonna have to raid Colt's wardrobe again.
The end. And with that,
Oh my god.
Chapter 2 of Viria's mysterious backstory. Oh my god. Sorry, got a big old case of the giggles at the end there. My fault. Didn't mean to ruin that moment, but I did.
so with that,
Jason.
hold on. We're going to go to break. And in the meantime, you get to see the lovely emojis that our subscribers get from Nicola Nora. And you get to see some updated artwork via Cult Chuck Product Ghoulie if you're nasty. So check that out, and we will be back in about 5-10 minutes. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. Ooh. So, Nagheim.
Ah!
Ah, indeed. Oh, I really hear that AC thing now. But I need your voice.
Oh no, that noise was me moving the chair right there.
No,
Oh,
it's okay. It's okay.
I'll fix it.
We can suffer. No, we can suffer through it. It's all good.
It's a heat wave.
I'll just turn everything up. All right. So, you start the day like any other. Your eyes open to the dawn of a new day after a brief meditation. You consider for a moment leaving your room to explore more of the Cultivarius estate. You even have a momentary desire to explore the extensive library. And yet, you open your spellbook, summon your black-feathered quill, and begin to work out solutions to the problems of future spells. The first few days of this routine go mostly uninterrupted, but you do receive the occasional knock at your door. Cult letting you know that he will be busy with his family's estate and status within Singorn. Viria consciously inquiring... consciously? That should say cautiously. Viria cautiously inquiring if you would want to join her in some physical labors that you have no intention ever of participating in. And more than once, Rose knocking at your door to have you taste test her latest baking creation to see if it's better or worse than her previous creation. After the first week, the knocks at your door are fewer and fewer. Sometime during the second week, you stopped counting the days altogether. When you find yourself frustrated with the lack of progress with what you set your mind to for the day, you begin to attack a different problem, only to find yourself quickly met with the same mental wall. Like many people who try to look for solutions to distract themselves from other thoughts, when you cannot work out a problem that has a solution, the irritation that rises within you searches every corner of your mind for darker thoughts to give credence to your current failings. It's when you are at your lowest point and wanting nothing more than to curl up in a dark corner and wallow in this mindset that you hear a knocking at your door. Like an annoying infant who wants nothing more than to pester their older sibling, you hear a cautious voice reach out from beyond the door.
Nagheim? Nagheim, are you in there?
Yes. Nagheim will cast out Mage Hand to open the door.
And you see Colt sort of like dodge the opening door, and he's carrying a large silver tray with a delicately painted bone china tea set, and like a little plate of like iced biscuits. And he walks in, and you can tell he's not the kind who carries the tray. He's the one who receives the tray. And he walks in a little bit wide-eyed. He's like, I'm back. Hey, how you doing?
Frustrated, but you know.
I brought tea.
Thank you.
And he sort of comes in and places it on one of the little tables where there's like a chaise and like a big overstuffed chair, like in all the lovely rooms at the estate. And he sort of like looks at it and Magda had this tea I thought you'd find interesting. It's called Latby Slang Bing Silma. And I know you talked about tea a lot, and I thought I would make you some. And I just wanted to get your opinion on whether I let it steep for the right amount of time.
Of course.
I mean, the walk up, it might be over steep because the walk up the stairs was a little bit harrowing because, I mean, it is just bone china. And he starts to do the classic cult ramble.
I kind of just stand up and walk over to the tea and take a sip.
It's a very smoky tea. It's almost very like leather and wood smoke.
Like
And,
a certain tea that I received from one Chuck Monty.
I brought him tea.
Tastes just like
He's
that,
the
actually.
only person who's ever liked it, other than me. And it's Lapsang Soshang, by the way. You see, he sits down and takes a cup of tea and just like holds it. So I wanted to check in with you. Obviously, our recent travels have kind of taken their toll on you and all of us, really. I was just concerned you were just starting to get a taste of the great banquet of life that you may have come across something that tasted a bit sour. And I wanted to be sure that you knew if there was anything I can do to help you, that you can talk to me, you can tell me how you feel.
Well, Nagheim opens their book and opens it to a page and puts it down, and it's all written in Undercommon. He goes, "This is a list of everything that best I can remember that has happened to us since before entering the woods on our way to find Catalina. I've been waiting for all of us to have time so we can sit and go through everything one by one. So we can... I've been focused on the past, and the past I don't even know.
Nagheim? You hear something crash in the distance. No, not distant. Close by. You look to see where the source of this noise came from, but as you look to your right, your vision slows and blurs before it can finally focus. Your face turns upward as you feel your body go limp and fall to the side. Your head slumps to the left as your vision blurs to look across from you where Cult is leaning against the far wall. You try to call out to him, but your tongue seems to swell within your mouth. You try reaching your hand out to him, but your whole body feels cold, with a sinking feeling as if you were melting through the floor. As your vision begins to glaze over, and your eye line falls to the wooden floor of the room. In your peripheral vision, you can see Cult's well-worn boots slowly walk towards you. You can tell he's knelt down beside you. He reaches up to remove something from his head, and you watch a shimmer form around his whole body. The last thing you hear: "We were told to find you in Westrun. You wasted a lot of my precious time. Thankfully, whispers came to our ears of a drow who now resides above ground in the elven city of Singorn. And lo, a child is found. The Raven Queen has waited far too long for an audience with you." The last thing you see is Cult's boot kick you in the face.
You bitch. You bitch.
It worked once, it could work again.
Sorry.
Now then.
They're gonna come to Manitoba and kick my ass.
Well, you signed up for it, so. All right.
Kiss me first.
This is serious. This is serious. Get it out. All right. What wakes you from unconsciousness as a convulsion deep underneath your ribs. It brings you fetal. It sends a chill right through your spine. Your flesh aches as you try to shift around in an unfamiliar space. The little hairs on your arms are standing straight with goose flesh. It seems sensitive to the very air around you. This cold stone floor you find yourself laying across, it's unlike any you have seen before. You exhale hard just to make sure you are capable of breathing, and see a thick mist of chilled breath before your eyes. Your vision, everything seems darkened around you. This has never been an issue before, but for some reason in this new space, light doesn't take hold. With stiff joints, you bring yourself up to your knees and take stock of your surroundings. A simple four-walled room with a door across from you shut tight. A metal pot in the chamber indicates where the unpleasant smell in the air is coming from. Though there is a blanket of simple make along the far wall behind you, your convulsions must have brought you away from it and onto the hard floor in the night. There is enough room to stand tall within these walls, but the very idea makes you nauseous. Bringing as much of your attention as you can to the door, thick wood and reinforced metal hinges, locks and a porthole. You realize you are in some sort of cell.
Does Albert appear?
No.
And do I have my spell book? Because I left it on the table. Or I put it on the table.
Ooh, I didn't think of that. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Okay, cool.
What would you like to do?
I guess presto the smell away, because that's really all I can do.
Okay. It's at that moment where you really start to panic.
Do I have the earring?
You do?
Is anyone there? Anyone?
Nobody responds. Though you do hear a faint cry of a crow, and you swear that might be Albert. It's all good.
He hates the washing machine.
Hey, I don't blame him.
It makes noise. But, yeah. I think... Yeah, I kind of would stumble to try to find something to hold on to at the moment. Okay. The wall, a table, anything.
Fair enough. Well, there are enough slits in the wall that you can kind of get your fingernails in there to at least try and pry yourself up. It's shaky. You're not completely winded or anything like that, but it's just you're in a very stressful situation, and every little movement does come with a lot of like chills and aches and everything.
Just try to walk towards the door.
Okay.
I know it's locked. I know. I'm still gonna try.
Sure. The door opens.
look around.
Okay. You don't see anybody or anything in your, say, 5 to 10 foot peripheral.
I guess I'll try to... I want to look to see if there's maybe like a trap door or something, or anything in the floor, not that's... Or...
Sorry,
I want to
in
know
your
where
cell or in the hallway?
in the hallway. I
Okay.
want to look for the stairs, but I don't want to go towards them. I want to find a way, see if there's something, another way out that's not those stairs.
Okay.
I want to
So, looking outside of the cell, on shaky legs you walk past the doorway and look both ways down a darkened hallway. On each side, each end, the walls seem to curve away so that you can only see about 30 feet in either direction. What you can see, though, are multiple cells, much like your own, along the interior wall. Along what you assume to be the exterior facing wall, every 30 or 40 feet are arrow slits that look out and away from where you are.
I don't have my cane with me, do I?
I'd say if you don't have the spell book, probably not the cane either.
Okay. I guess I'll just try to walk along the wall
Okay.
and quietly as I can.
Make a stealth check.
You know what? I want to put myself in a better mood. I'm going to use my light up dice.
Let's see.
Oh, that's good. What is my stealth again? Dirty 20.
Nice.
Yes. Rolled 15.
It does help that, well, you're barefoot?
Oh, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, no presto, no nothing. I done you dirty, buddy. All right.
I literally have cantrips. No, I don't. I don't even have those.
It's a mystery. All right.
This. Love this for me.
So, as you're slowly walking down the hall, cautious, looking, keeping behind like the interior wall so that if there is something just around the corner, you have enough time to duck out. You are silent. You are a shadow among shadows right now. Across from you, you come to the very first arrow slit, and you do see tiny little specks of light.
Stars.
One way to find out.
I can't really focus my eyes. Or...
Well, I'll say about now, your vision and your senses are good. It's just your mobility is a little sluggish.
Because it's an arrow slit, I can't really, like, look out more, right? It's...
Um,
really...
Well, it's there enough so that you could peer over it. Because arrow
Okay.
slits, you want to be able to like see where you're aiming
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I guess...
But if you want to see further, you can probably reach and lift yourself past your tiptoes if you try.
Yeah. I'll try that.
All right. So, what you see in the far distance, on the opposite side of a great chasm from where you stand, is an ancient half-crescent city that seems to have been unearthed from the very stone itself. The low violet lights that can be seen from most of the windows throughout a multitude of homes and buildings informs you that this must be a city of thousands. The design and structure of these buildings is unlike anything you've seen in all your years. There is a sheen to every wall, Every roof, every domed cathedral you can spot seems to be polished. As you reach out to the arrow slit to lift yourself up enough so that you can see and look down into the chasm below, your fingertips finally having sensation return to them, you notice the texture of the stone this building is constructed from. With just enough light from the distant city, you realize that it's not necessarily the light that gives these buildings a violet sheen. The material these buildings are constructed from are purple sapphires. An entire city of sapphire etched away from the rocky cliffside. With that, from the histories that Imorla has taught you over the years, you now know that you are standing within the underdark city of Luthansia. What do you do?
Cry.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you this too. Make a, we'll say it's an intelligence check.
Uh, 19.
You know why your spells aren't working now. You remember Imorla telling you about one of the atrocities that hit the city was something called a spell plague. What do you do?
Looking out this arrow slit, do I see a tower? Like a wizard's tower, potentially, or something that could resemble one?
Not from where you're standing, I would say.
Okay.
But if you make a perception check, I'll tell you what you probably do see. If you succeed.
No.
What'd you get?
12.
Oh no,
I
that
rolled
does it.
5.
You're good. It was if you got like a 5 or below or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking down into the chasm, you do see that there is a bridge that extends from the building you're in to the other side of the city. And it's about 1 floor down from where you are.
What is the city name again? Sorry.
Luthansia. Do you want me to spell it?
I have something. It's good.
Yeah, okay.
None of this looks familiar, though.
You've never been here. The only reason why you're kind of piecing it together is just because of the details of what you've been told over the years.
Okay. Don't get your hopes up. This isn't the city. My parents aren't here. I have to get back. I'm just gonna listen and slowly try to move around to find the exit door.
Sure.
I'm trying to listen for footsteps, breathing, anything.
I'll say that your stealth check still stands because you haven't gone very far from here, but I'll get you to make a perception check. I would like chat to note that Xander is so terrified that he is literally throwing their dice.
16?
16, okay.
16.
You get to what is essentially the stairwell of sorts that leads from 1 floor to the next. And as you turn the corner, you do see just the outer edge of a guard who's standing up against the wall. And you freeze. You do that thing where it's like You see it, you realize, but your body is instinctually trying to be a snail going back into their shell, and you just slink back across the wall and try to be as calm and cool and collected as you can. And after what feels like an eternity, the guard slowly turns and makes his rounds. Just in front of where he was standing, you can see stone stairs that lead to the next level down. What would you like to do?
I have to keep going. I can't stay.
Okay. So we're heading down, is that correct? Or do you want to fight the guard?
Yeah, let me just do my big old...
You never know. This could be your moment.
See, what is it? My big old... 0 damage with unarmed.
Hey. A wiffle bat.
So, I'm just gonna try not to fight people since I have nothing.
Okay. So, down the stairs you go. I'll get you to make another perception check, please.
13.
13. Currently, you don't see anyone in the vicinity on this main floor. Now, knowing that there's at least one guard on patrol on the upper floor, you can deduce that nobody's here right now, but it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way forever. So time might be of the essence. The other very noticeable thing is a large gateway that you assume leads out to that bridge you saw earlier.
I guess I'll try to stick to the shadows. Instinctually, Mankind will reach for their cane.
Okay.
And just... push through when they can't grasp it.
And which way are you going?
I guess towards the city.
Okay. You peer around the corner into the large open gateway that leads to the bridge crossing the chasm between this prison and the rest of the city of Luthansia. By the grace of the gods, there doesn't seem to be anyone on the bridge. It seems wide enough for about 5 individuals to cross shoulder to shoulder. On either side, there's a 3-foot barrier to ensure that no one inadvertently falls off to their untimely death. The way across is long, but with enough care, you may be able to cross unnoticed.
Okay. Attempt to still be stealthy.
Okay, make a stealth check, please.
Don't fail me now, gay dice. 15.
All right. So, you see in the far distance, on either side of the entranceway to this bridge, that there are 2 guards in insect-like armor with dual scimitars at their waist. Knowing this, you try to move from crate to crate that is along either side of this bridge, trying to be as silent as your friend Colt.
Remember what I taught you?
Says Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You taught me nothing.
Now, as you make your way... Oh, fuck. Go for it. There it is. In harmony! My God. As you contemplate what your next move will be, halfway across this bridge, you turn and look at the prison that you were in. What you see is a giant stalagmite that has come down from the roof of this entire underground city structure. And burrowed into it are little holes of light, little window ways, all illuminated with that same purple light coming through it. This, as you've been told on many occasions, is the Raven Queen's throne room. And as you continue moving, forcing your legs to move one in front of the other, you notice that the furthest lights of the city that you can see begin to fade. More and more, the violet lights in every window, around every door frame, in every cathedral, begin to extinguish in an oncoming darkness. The guards at the end of this bridge are enveloped. Your vision can't see beyond it. And the soft murmur of the denizens of Luthansia that were just white noise have been silenced within the darkness. It is consuming everything around you. And in the silence, you hear,
It is time to end your childish games.
What was that last part?
Nagheim, it's time to end your childish games.
Okay. I heard gains, and I was like, we're getting swole.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, cool.
From beneath the bridge you stand upon, a bright white light begins to emanate from the depths of the chasm. Your eyes that have slowly adjusted to this pitch black darkness are almost blinded by the incredible light that is breaking through the oppressive dark around you. You try to shield yourself, tears falling from the corners of your eyes as it becomes too much for your vision to bear. You are witness as the titanic porcelain mask of a female face rises from the depths. Shrouded in a cloak made of raven feathers, the abyss where eyes should be bear down on you. The beating of your heart ricochets off your chest so hard that you feel off balance as you try to remain standing. The air in your lungs rushes in and out of you so quickly that your mind can't recall how to breathe naturally. Your vision goes white yet again, not blinded by the horror that looms in front of you, but because of your loss of consciousness. What are Nagheim's last thoughts in this moment? In this moment, calm the hell down.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help but gasp. I'm not invested here. Jesus.
I'm just picking.
It would... I think it would just be... Why me? And why am I alone?
This isn't funny. Shut up, Jason. All right. You wake once more, recognizing the dark interior of the prison once again. But this time, a metal candelabra hangs high above from the ceiling in this much larger space. You try to turn your head to get your bearings for where you are. That's a spelling mistake. But you feel resistance at your forehead when you try to turn your head. You reach to try and see what is holding you down, but your hands are restrained as well. Your whole body convulses to find some sort of freedom of movement, but you tire quickly with so little energy left within you. All you can do is frantically dart your eyes around the room, trying to prepare yourself for whatever is about to happen. Then, from somewhere above you, footsteps tapping along the stone flooring. A tall, dark figure strides beside you, flanked by two statuesque guards in that same insect-like armor. Words. Their faces obscured in helmets that cover their features. The dark figure turns that porcelain-white face to look down at you once more. Though it is more humanoid in size, it is no less frightening. But even more terrifying than this otherworldly presence is the device that the guards are holding between them. A softly glowing, 12-sided gem of sorts. As you look at it and quickly try to discern what this is, you see a fog-like substance swirl within. And beyond that, stars, galaxies. Faintly, in the air around you, you begin to hear whispers of languages known and unknown. But defeated realization fills you. This is a Luxon beacon. What do you do?
I know the Luxon beacons are used for the reincarnation. But Nagheim is thinking they're trying to pull out their past self. But Nagheim has one thing that they can try. Shar. You're meant to keep secrets. Why haven't you kept me? And Nagheim will just kind of look out to space as they drift along, trying not to make contact with anything that could resemble their past self.
I'll get you to make... I'll get you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god, what is my... I'm stressed and I forgot how things work!
You can do it, Sliver.
22! I rolled 15, I had +7.
Okay. You watch the Raven Queen take hold of the beacon. She walks back to your side, holds it just above your chest. Her mask turns so those vacant eyes are staring right at you. Bring me the champion of Shar. And you got a 22?
Got a 22.
What are Nagheim's last thoughts on Earth?
We fought so hard. They fought so hard. And you've abandoned us.
All you can see in every direction. Total blackness. With a tentative step in some direction, you feel the light splash of water beneath your foot. You look down to see the ripples move away from you. And as they begin to settle, you start to see your own reflection look back at you. As the water becomes still once more, you see beyond your reflection the beginning of light of the stars above. You turn your gaze upwards and see those same stars looking down at you now, all around heavenly bodies that your mind cannot connect to any known systems you've studied over your so few years. The display is dizzying. You try to find some horizon to get your bearings once again. But as the stars turn brighter, the reflection in the water beneath you engulfs you in its galaxy. You unwillingly drop to your knees once again, causing the ripples to form across the water's surface, thankfully giving you some brief moment to resist the oncoming nausea. Steadying your breath, you slowly open your eyes again to try and ready yourself for the dizzying sensation. But the stars don't appear beneath you anymore, only in the sky above. You raise your head to finally look at the horizon, and there, kneeling in the water, a short distance away from you, is a figure. Darkly colored fabrics hang off a slender body. Pale gray skin can be seen on one exposed shoulder. But the most distinctive feature is a mane of frizzed out jet black hair, like a 1980s Tina Turner. What do you do?
I start crying. No. How far, roughly, away?
I'd say about 50 feet.
And I kind of stumble up to their feet. And slowly start walking towards. And not really looking at her. Looking at the ground just past. And if she doesn't react or say anything, Nighttime will walk up to her and sit down.
As you slowly face this individual, they tilt their gaze towards you and face you eye to eye. But you look in confusion as it's your own face staring back at you. Who are you?
The one who failed to do what you needed to do. The one who let you down.
Child, you have failed nothing yet.
They have my body. The Raven Queen has my body. If she can't pull the past me out, she'll get a new one. But no one will be there to keep them safe. to tell them that she is not to be trusted. They will be alone and think they will do what's best. I don't know what I'm not supposed to. I don't know what I'm supposed to stop. But I know I have to stop it. And I can't.
You can. Because this is your future if you do not.
I have no spell book. No spells.
But you do have friends.
Not here. They took me away. I don't even have Albert. I am with them. My body is with them.
She reaches out and takes either side of your face to steady you.
You do not hear me. This is your future. Without your friends by your side.
Am I still in the estate?
You are with me, my child.
So it was fake. All to send a message that I knew. I know if I am alone, I will be taken. I know if I am alone, I will be killed if I do not speak.
A short distance from you, a slender half-elf, half-orc male lounges on the ground. You know, you surround yourself in questions. You torture yourself by doubting your identity. I first came to you in order to guide you. Do you remember my words then?
Wait. Stay with them. Help them grow. And when the time has come, go home.
But you did not heed my advice.
I did not leave them.
Only days later, you set out for my final decree first. You uncovered truths that you were not prepared for. Truths that clouded your mind, invaded every waking moment, and sapped the strength from what could be a brilliant mind.
What do you expect? I was taught to ask questions, to find answers, to be prepared no matter the situation. I was raised to be an archmage, to be as powerful as I could be, and the only way I could get that is with knowledge. I don't fight to gain bronze. I learn to gain the upper hand in every way I can. And you want me to sit by and do nothing? I went with my friends to Whitestone because that is where we had to go. It was just so happened to be along the way where the Enchantress lives. I have gone into the depths of the ocean to stay close to them, where we could have died. I have gone into the jungle and fought a demon, and I have not left them.
You see from the opposite side an older female drow walk around in this darkened space.
I am well aware of your actions, but it has stunted your growth nonetheless. And I am aware of wizards' proclivity to seek guidance from deities, not to follow their tenets, but to gain power. Do you deny this?
Knowledge brings power. And if I need power to be able to defeat or do whatever I need to do, I need the knowledge. I may have put my trust into you, but I was raised a wizard first. I was raised to find the answers. And if no one is going to give them to me, I was raised to find them myself. Because that is how you learn and how you grow. Not just by idly sitting by, playing ignorant, waiting just for someone to say, fetch. Because if I did that, one of us may have died at White Castle. White Castle? Yeah. Whitestone, whatever. I'm hungry, apparently.
Those tiny hamburgers will get you every time, man.
Tiny hamburgers, man. But
They fuck you up.
Whitestone, my knowledge of the arcane arts is what made this work.
I am not surprised. I've seen many mages come through over the years, over the centuries, over the millennia, all praising my name just for a little scrape of what I can offer. I can't fault you for being what you are.
I praised your name because I was told you got my family, my parents, out of the Underdark. I praised your name because I was told what I was supposed to be, what I thought. So I did what I thought I had to do with the knowledge, not based on what you can give me, but based on what I was raised to do.
Strange. I don't recall being told to do anything for your parents.
But the cane.
It seems there are more secrets that your precious enchantress still has.
Is the image of tens still there?
They all kind of shift whenever you change your eye line. One appears and then the one disappears.
I'm gonna look towards where the image of tens was.
What you see, again, seated, drawing in the water, is the image of the champion of Shar. Tina Turner hair.
There is a reason why I have summoned you here. I did not wish for you to be revealed the secrets of your past so early on. Because events have taken place exactly as I knew they would. And for that, I am so sorry. But you have a choice. Hopefully, not a difficult one.
You see a hunched-over elderly man, dressed in cobalt blue robes, stroking his white beard as he contemplates his words.
You were told of the Luxon Beacon. The answers to the questions you seek about my former champion can be found within Consecution. But not without a cost. If my champion were to be reclaimed within you, nothing of you would remain. You would become a single memory in a millennia of events within her own mind. This false queen would have what she desires, and whatever their grand scheme is would no doubt succeed. To ensure that this false queen does not succeed, my former champion must be lost to the ages, and her secrets must fade away along with her memory. That is the choice you will have to make.
I have lost my life with my family, with my parents. To just be a vessel for someone else to be forgotten. And now you want the Enchantress lost her daughter. You want her to be forgotten. The Enchantress will never forget her. But as long as there's a Luxon Beacon around, she can always be brought back. So I must never be around my own people. So when I die, all is lost, and all is forgotten.
A halfling woman gently takes your hands in hers and brings you to kneel beside her. She places a gentle hand on your cheek.
Ask yourself, would this world be better off without you in it? I am a being that can see through time and space. There is not a single mortal life whose history I cannot read from their beginning to their end. I say to you now, I have seen the beginning of your lifeline. Your story brings you to the heart of the blackness that blinds the gods. Whatever story leaves that point in history has yet to be written. I don't believe it's more important that you become the person the world demands you to be. That you conform to the wishes of a grieving mother who holds so little love for you. Or or to become a tool for a power-hungry entity. I believe this world deserves you as you are. But I ask you, are we worthy of that potential?
By asking me to give everything up, to let that memory fade. I am no more than a couple months old. I am still very young. And even if she is forgotten, the Raven Queen will come for her. And even without the knowledge, I will still be in danger, and be a danger for those around me.
Then the path is clear. You must stop this Raven Queen.
I must know what I'm keeping from her. It could potentially be used against her.
It is most certainly your downfall. It is not a fair choice to make, but it is the choice that is laid before you.
My downfall will be living in ignorance. I know when I figure out what I need to know. I will have 3 brilliant people with me, whether you are with me or not.
I am always with you.
But I will figure this out. I will find out what I have to keep from her. I will find a way to use it against her. And I will have my people freed from whatever clutches she has on them. And if I die, I am going to die trying. Because it is not fair
No,
to my
it is
future
not.
self to go through the same thing I am. I will end it here, but I will figure out what she wants, and I will figure a way to keep it away from her. And I will use it against her, if I must. Because that is what getting knowledge does. It gives you the abilities to complete what must be completed, to make better what needs to be made better. It will not be my downfall. That I know. Because they're gonna have to get through Rose, and Veery, and Cult. And I know they won't let that happen.
I hope you are right.
I know I am.
History says otherwise.
History only repeats itself when those do not learn from it. I will do what the past was not able to do. I will come at it at a different angle.
I hope you are right.
There's this demon. I will find her, and I will force her to tell me what she sees in my subconscious. When I find out what needs to be done, I know the 3 of them will help me, and we will get this completed.
have given you as much opportunity as possible. And you have helped strengthen your companions as well as yourself. I hope for all our sakes, that time was spent wisely. Please, forgive me if the future you desire is not the one you receive. But now,
Nagheim, go home.
And with that, Nagheim, you hear a knocking at your door. Like an annoying infant who wants nothing more than to pester their older sibling, you hear a cautious voice reach out from beyond the door.
Nagheim? Nagheim?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you open the door? I've got my hands full.
I'll look up, and is Albert there?
Yep.
And is my cane beside me?
Yes. But your spell book is gone. I'm kidding.
I'll stand up and walk to the door. As I do, and I'm gonna slowly open the door, and I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level.
Cult, as soon as the door opens, you are hit with this cascade of like arcane mist in your face, and it kind of goes up your nose, and you get that allergy itch behind your nose there a little bit. Nagheim, Cult sneezed into the teacups, so Presto might be a good use, just
Yeah.
FYI.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing it happened, who knows? It's forever dirtied in your mind. What's that about?
Oh, apologies. I've been working on spells, and I guess I didn't fully get rid of it.
Am I still very good looking?
You look the same.
That didn't quite answer my question.
Eyes are in the, or beauty is in the eyes of the viewer. I don't know.
All right. I mean, that's as best as I can hope for. I brought tea.
And with
Come on
that,
in.
the door closes on Nagheim's door, and the two enjoy a very roll a cooking check. What do we call this? Survival check. There you go. Roll a survival check.
Cooking performance.
That'll be good.
No rolls. Okay.
That's for you, Nagheim.
That was for you,
Oh.
Cult.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
no.
for me?
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of peach.
We all know that tea would be perfect if Nagheim did it.
Exactly.
13 on the dice. So
Nagheim, how do we feel about a 13?
Probably a 14, actually.
I mean, it's like good. It's not like, oh my god, it was steeped to perfection, but like Nagheim might just use Presto to make it taste better, but like Cult doesn't need to know that.
There you go.
Oh, bless your heart.
And with that, the end.
How you doing there, Sliver?
I don't know who that's for. I'm assuming it's just me.
It's for
Both.
both of us.
It is
Yeah,
for both
yeah.
of
I
you.
was getting
Ah.
private messages.
As I said, I say this with the most amount of love
Mhm.
possible for the both of you. Oh, fuck off.
I didn't know what was coming. I just knew my intro
Mhm.
and basically when to start talking and when to stop talking.
Yeah.
That's it. So that was all new for me too. Oh God.
So there you go. Next on the list, heading towards the Underdark.
What?
But before we get to that, we're gonna say goodnight to everybody watching at home. That's us for tonight. We will be back here, same time, same channel next week. Tune in then as we pick up where this left off a month later from the original shenanigans. Thank you for bearing with us as we try this out. And yeah, we shall see you next week. Have a good night.
Good night. And have safe soon.
Chaos, chaos, chaos.